In this chapter, we will learn about project and project management. A project is basically a set of activities that usually needed to be done by a due date. By breaking down a project to those activities, we can have an overall view and what is called as bird eye view over the project. And then we can determine how much resources do we need for each activity. Then that would determine the resources that we need for the whole project. And also it would help us in staffing and building teams and other activities required for each of the activities, and also generally for completing the project. In this chapter, we will learn about several tools that we can utilize that would help us to manage a project better, such as charts, for example, Gantt chart, and diagram that we're going to learn here. So we're going to see, using these tools, we can actually see that not all activities have the same level of importance, although all of them they need to be done in a project. But there are certain activities that determine the length of a project. The length of a project is the earliest time a project can be completed. So we're going to talk about critical activities or critical tasks, which are going to help us to identify the critical, what is called as critical path method, or CPM. The critical tasks or critical activities are those activities that cannot be pushed back. They have to be done on time so that we can finish the project on time. And those activities actually would determine the length of a project. Because of the general concept of project that we can see everywhere, not just in operation management, in supply chain management, in industry, actually we can see in our daily life. You can see everything that you do as a project. For example, taking a course and completing a course is a project, or having for example, a birthday party or a wedding, planning a wedding and completing a wedding. These can be seen as a project. So learning about project management is very helpful to all of us in improving our personal life and having a better control over our daily life as well. So hopefully you will enjoy this chapter and learn a lot, and you can improve your life for the better. Here are a list of the main and major learning objectives of this chapter. By the end of this chapter, you will learn about project and project management, and you will learn about the project lifecycle, which is the beginning and the end, and what is in the middle, which include planning for all the activities, for the resources that you would need for staff, and for other requirements in completing a project, for example, budget, and also executing those steps and activities, and also monitoring those steps to making sure that the project is progressing as intended, or if there is an error, or if there is actually a blockage in the project, what you need to do to overcome those obstacles. And at the end, there's going to be a closing for each project that includes um, releasing, for example, the resources, releasing the staffs that you have, and also filing a report of the project. So as we mentioned before, a project can be actually broken down to a set of activities. So you will see a work breakdown structure, or WBS, which is going to help you manage a project better by breaking down the project to its core activities. And also you will learn about the key decision in project management, and tools such as the PERT method and the CPM, or the critical path method, that would help you to identify the critical activities in a project that would actually determine the length of a project. And we're going to also learn about network diagrams. such as the activity on node and activity on arrows, two types of diagram that we're going to learn here. Also, you will learn how to analyze networks with deterministic time. So there's going to be some computation involved as well. You will also be learn how to describe activity crashing and solve typical problems. And also learn about the advantages of the PERT method and the potential sources for error in that method. And also discuss the key steps in risk management, the risks associated with each project.